was not.
We managed to take a 2 weeks break in Brazil with our family, and I think it helped.
At least the AWP is dragged forward. That has been a big impactful weapon here for this T side. As you said, picking up Woxic at the start of the round. And the AWP for Rob saved on, so he can throw that back over to the Turkish WP player. But let's see what more forZe have for us. Nice mid-round rotation back to B as they have been really, really good so far for this T side, even though not always successful. They've been making the right call. Just because it's right doesn't mean it always works out. Ooh. Barraging the banana with utility. Chris is actually ahead of this as well. Flashbang's there, but they just sprayed the smoke. Don't need eyes, don't need vision. Chris is gone. forZe going to be calling for a rotate as well. Woxic will be the first line of defense coming back towards this B bomb site. But forZe, I mean, this is a great start for them. 5 on 4, they've burned a lot of utility towards B. There's only one flashbang left on this site. They can just go for a straight up execute. It seems like they will.
Oh, and they're able to beat Woxic on the timing. forZe over at Nubox, getting burnt out by that Molotov. He finally gets shut down, but it might not matter. Woxic in with the double, helped out by forZe, and now just Z-Power left standing in what was a 1v3, turned into the 1v2. He's got a bit of time to play around with here. Carrigan over in ruins and Rops pushing up through banana. He's going to try and deal with the man on the flank, but already spotted Rops. Getting some damage off. Carrigan back in CT spawn now. Z-Power desperately looking for him, and he has the read. He's got the information, but Carrigan landing the shot. An 8-4 scoreline. mousesports able to hold on to that one, narrowly so.
God, those two individual fights that Z-Power took, he could have won both of them with like just a second difference in the peak, right? If he actually committed to peeking banana there instead of jiggling, he would have been scoped up before Rops got round the corner to get that dink. So very, very tight timing, but luckily enough, mousesports going to get ahead of it, rather.
I do feel like at some point now, because coming into this, we were really praising mousesports and how they're always able to keep, especially Woxic being very, like, very mobile within this map. And you'll note he'll be like the man first up on rotations a lot of the time. It's either him or Carrigan. They're the two players that have been making those immediate rotations. I do feel like if you want to have Chris J continuing with this aggression down banana, or like continuing with these rather overzealous peaks, maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to throw Woxic over towards that side of the map and try and contend for that top banana control a bit more. Instead, they've done the other thing that we were speaking about, and that's pulling Carrigan around to this side of the map. They will have this 3-man banana hold, and it looks to be that they want to set someone up over at banana. They throw a lot of utility down there and then immediately pull Carrigan back. They're hoping that forZe hear and see all of that utility blanketing the banana and now hit the A bomb site. And this is still where mousesports have 3 players thanks to that instant rotation from Carrigan.
forZe getting the apartments here. Carrigan only just got here at the right time. He'll get one. Rops doubling in it, but face crack, similar story with that Mac 10. Might go for this fight. They double face. Rops, can he spray them down? He gets first. Pistol out and tapping down the last. How on earth does he get away with that many kills? I do not know. But 4 frags in the round and 9 to mousesports here in the half so far. That could have gotten very messy as well, right? You're just talking about Carrigan being on B. He was rotating back as forZe are coming out of the apartments. He just gets to default. Only gets 1 kill, but, you know, considering if he wasn't there, forZe could have overrun that bomb site. It could have gotten a whole lot worse. So really coming down to the 1 or 2 second differences here for both teams in a lot of these engagements, but that is all Counter-Strike really is.
Well, yeah, because that's the odd thing. It's a 9-4 scoreline, but it doesn't feel like mousesports have just been blowing forZe out of the water. That said, it's always like the retakes look so damn clean, but it's these first couple of fights that always seem to go the way of forZe. And now we're seeing these returns getting built back into by the rest of Mouse. So it's back into a 4-on-4 now, in spite of that initial advantage going the way of forZe. And let's kind of see if history repeats itself here, as they're finally able to get themselves back in the driver's seat.
This is a great change from mousesports as well. They throw a lot of utility down banana, and then they just give it up. They just go back towards a B site, because they already have a 4-on-4, now a 4-on-3. And forZe are going to have to commit if they want to get these kills. That they will, with the AWP going through the shot, gives away the first. Gets a smoke out in time, but he doesn't get much further than that. The boost up for Chris with a double, and it's just the AWP left up. Not in the hands of Z-Power though. It's Almazer, 1 and 2. woxic might go through, and he does, getting the kill as the plant comes through, and mousesports double digits in the half. We're not even over, Harry.
You could see down there the news that being up against woxic, he's coming through that smoke.
Every
like, you
time.
could just tell.
Yeah.
He starts putting the numbers in, and he's like,
oh no.
Okay, so I'm gonna get pushed to the side, but if I'm really fast, maybe I beat him to it. And he almost does, but not quite. He had the read, he knew what was going on, he knew who he was up against. woxic having a phenomenal round of Counter-Strike there.
And just the confidence to do that, right? His teammate wasn't even there in time to flash. Like, if his teammate said to flash and you do it, that's always justified. If woxic dies there, if that was a fake plant, that's a massive mistake, but it works, so more power to him. mousesports 10-4 up. The buys are good for forZe as they have been throughout the game, but the rounds not necessarily. Luckily enough, another advantage taken. They've been so good, as you said, at getting that first kill. And usually going untraded as well. Just the question is how many more can they get? mousesports again with a double B setup. forZe taking their time on this one. A extremely important round to get the last of the half locked in. But easier said than done. woxic, he's there for the refrag. Face crack gonna go down. And mousesports straight up back into a 4-on-4. We might just see forZe execute B.
Yeah, they've kind of been hamstrung into it at this point in time, and now as they show their heads, as they rear themselves out from the banana, it's into the prying eyes of Chris J. And with that smoke falling, the Molotov behind it, Flash is now raining in. That's repelled this B attempt from forZe. It's back to mid, back to the drawing board here. Only one man inside of the A-bomb site, that is karrigan right now. woxic is nearby and available for a rotation in towards Arch side. You can see him posting himself up at this side of the map. But that does not change the fact that karrigan, the only man here, the only man inside of the bomb site, so it all falls onto his shoulders once again. He's taken the first down and he's hungry for a little bit more. Smoke out in the apartment, that allows Z-Power to get out to short, but karrigan repositioning, and it's good night to forZe. karrigan sends them packing, get out of his A-bomb site, 3 kills for him at the end of the first half, and it smiles across the board from mousesports. It does feel like, the way that the impression I'm getting is they're being very overzealous, very aggressive with these early peaks, and then they just fall back into their standard style if they lose them, because they did not lose a single man in a lot of those rounds after losing the first. They would just, you know, go straight back to their very rigid default, play around one another. That's all from the first half though, Hugo. We've still got a whole half of Counter-Strike still to come. forZe trying to pull this back. mousesports trying to close it out. Find out who takes it after a quick break.
$11 for the score. mousesports locking in that first half in dominant style here on Inferno. Now, they were on the CT side, but even so, moving forward, forZe are going to have their work cut out for them here on Inferno. Having drinks home delivered as well.
Yeah, they're getting the royal treatment right now. Here's the thing, man. I just think, like, we saw CT side, they would always throw away a man in the beginning, just taking some crazy overzealous peek on the side of mousesports, whether that was Chris J barreling down Banana or Woxic just straight up challenging down mid in a duel that he was losing a lot of the time, really, right? It wasn't until kind of later in the game that we saw him peeking into that a little bit differently, and instead trying to play like more of a bait and switch with the other guy he was in mid with, occasionally having, you know, like Karrigan or Ops try and bait those shots out from Z Power and then going for the trade. Now moving into their T side though, where Mouse can be the ones to dictate when and where these fights take place, I imagine we're going to see a very hyper-aggressive mousesports, and that is already looking good in this pistol round. Straight up through mid, they've got themselves one. There's only face crack left to get past at this bomb site, and Karrigan's in the air, and he still finds him.
That's not fair. You're not allowed to do that. That's just broken. forZe even catching rotations. And I mean, Harry, we talk about Karrigan being good on pistol rounds. I mean, at this point, it's not even just skill, it's also luck. Ridiculous start. forZe catching more players moving in through the archway, eventually finished off, but Avangar is not winning this round. He is on damage control. And I mean, forZe cannot control the damage that is being inflicted upon them right now. 12 rounds to mousesports to the end of this one, and the pistol round going their way. This is going to be a long road to recovery for forZe. Do you remember that mousesports picked up that first pistol? forZe won the subsequent force buy. But even so, winning the pistol here on the T side, forZe, the question is, do they even go for the force here? Would they rather get a sooner rifle round? Because they don't have many options left, Harry. They don't have many rounds left. If you want to go for the force here, you have to eco the follow-up and then buy. Well, you're already down 12-4. You just don't have that breathing room. And they're going to go for it anyway. If they win it, it's worth its weight in gold. But if they lose it, it's going to be 14-4 before we see guns.
Yeah, it's high risk, high reward for forZe. They try and catch players crossing down in mid. It's Z-Power peeking down, but he doesn't spot anyone apart from that bomb crossing onto Banana late. That is still some information gained though for forZe. Karrigan getting tagged up there by the scout over in mid.
Ooh, nice shot.
Actually, that wasn't Karrigan getting tagged by the scout, sorry, that was a nade raining onto him for 70 damage here at the B bomb site. Man advantage gained for forZe, some damage done onto the side. Well, either side actually at this point in time, but it is mousesports once again who look worst off. It seems like they're having a real problem getting past these force buys from forZe.
These force buys.
Force buys.
Re-smokes as well coming down. I mean, forZe have done a good job of investing in this round in the right tools that they need. A real variety of weaponry and another mid-fight going their way. Rops does get a trade, though, up in the apartments. That'll put it back into a 3-on-3. Bomb site conceded, and retake is rolling here for forZe. You just need that plant for Woxic. It's a backside plant, trying to play it safe considering he's tagged up. forZe have one player coming in from the long side of things, 2 on middle. Now this AK has to do the damage here for Robs. He is one of the 2 players with health. Woxic just hiding for the potential clutch of his teammates' fall, but that Molotov might just section forZe off. And a second one, that should surely solidify this round. They are not getting back up through short. Jerry taking a look through the apartments. They do have a kill on Z-Power, but you're really asking for a lot here. I think forZe are just on exits right now. And Woxic may as well run.
Yeah, there's still a very real possibility that you're able to kill the majority of these players inside of the bomb site, right? They find Woxic trying to exit. Frozen and Rops, while they will stay alive, it's still a nice little save from forZe. It gives them something to fight back with in this round, right? They've got some pistols that they can drop over to the 2 players that died. They've got armor and SMGs on the 2 players that saved, and then the scout carried forward by Z-Power still from that round prior. So, all in all, you get a pretty decent attempt at a round here if you're forZe. You were able to get it pretty close in the round prior, so... This is a real chance for them to try and find something once again.
And he's still, though. Ooh, nice try. I mean, there's a tag. forZe gets hit by the scout down middle, but immediate kill coming through. That's going to be favouring mousesports here as they again pile drive their way towards middle. Facecrack is in the apartments watching the short walk, but he's got to also care about the hallway behind him. Transport's already up and past him. He spams away with the deagle, does get one, but here's where we should see Rops activate later. Trying to get this trade. Jerry's been picked up on rotate. Flip with an SMG coming around fast around the corner, getting himself another kill. It's a 2-on-2 right now. Mousesports boxed inside of the site. They just Roxic left up. He finds the first, but the second player's already rounded the corner, and Almazer's going to win it out. forZe may not have won the second round for Spy, but the third round eco, Harry, that will very much be in their pocket. And you're right, that save is very valuable.
And, you know, the AK picked up on Almozy. You can drop an AWP over to Z-Power. You've got plenty of money because let's not forget, they were buying this round coming anyway. So, you know, you had everyone with around about $2,000 minimum in those bank accounts when that extra cash flow came in. And suddenly you're looking at a very flushed for cash CT side. This is how forZe can try and build back into this game. They've got to get control of the money. They've got to try and set the pace a bit more here. But it's the first step in the right direction, right? You know, now you're not staring down the barrel of 14 rounds to your opponent before you get that first buy on the board.
What would be? Some of the teams in this stage may under.
Where you're looking to make all that money. AWP is dropped over into the hands of Power.
I just wonder where these nades are going, Harry. Is it a top B spam or is it a mid spam? Maybe a combination. Oh, oh. Just patience, Z-Power waiting for a peek. They're going to give it to him, but there's going to be 4 players coming around the corner.
I'm wondering now what the plan is. They're trying to make players to take this aggressive stance on Banana and then follow it up with the nades, and it's really not worked here for mousesports. It was the best laid of plans, but it's all gone so wrong. The crossfire setup between Jerry and Z-Power proves to just be far too much to bear.
Roxy's just picking up all these grenades. There's the third going through.
And really.
Mousesports, but it is one of their first buys on this T side, and Z-Power has his. If they win a round, they can grab it off his body. Triple B set up early on again. We're going to see this pretty much, or I'd imagine almost every round for forZe at the start. Send a rotate right back, throw some utility, take some banana control. Carrigan sits inside of that smoke there. He's going to avoid the nades, not the spam, so got to be careful with that. When forZe actually give up the top of B, they'll just fall back passive, not wanting their mistakes to be the same that mousesports had in that first half, where they got constantly bullied at that top car position. mousesports still waiting to execute on A though, and Carrigan has no utility to fake this B site either, so he might just come in later as a lurk to catch rotations.
Now with that smoke down, blocking off the player over at Library, the CT wrap is very much a potential for mousesports. Flash flit through. That smoke fades, but forZe and Co looking away, primed for that flashbang. Trade found by Z-Power down the pin. He's offered another chance, and he's almost going to get that. Not quite. They do get by towards the hay bales, but Z-Power continuing to go back in for these. He finally gets laid to rest. Face crack now. Back at the bomb site. Cornered off and finished. Jerry and Almaze are left standing, and they just bow out of this round. They give it up. 14 for mousesports, only 6 for forZe. I'm getting some flashbacks to the first half, and that is as soon as we see these rifles come out on both sides of the equation, it's mousesports very much setting the kind of pace and tone in these rounds. Also, if you're forZe, you never even spotted Carrigan on that very, very late B lurk, so that's still kind of an unknown thing that they threw into that round there. That forZe now won't be able to kind of adjust to nor exploit in these coming rounds. I'm curious if we're going to see Carrigan go back to playing in a bit more of a kind of lurk role.
It's a great way to do this to get information right? Because they're going to have their teammates coming what they hear on one side of the map, and at the same time, they're on the other side of the map. So they're getting a completely different set of information. They're hearing different noises, different players. Helps you paint a full picture. Orb even picked up by Woxic as well. He finds that in the pit at the end. So Z-Power's missed shots do come back to haunt him, and I imagine they will even into this round as well. Woxic working that AWP. Z-Power has his own though. Here's another buy for forZe. It could be their last here, Harry. 14-6. Pressure's on. Woxic watching that mid-cross. It's not going to come through. Great utility. The Molotov burns Jerry to a crisp. 100 damage from it. Almazet put down to 12 as well. Not catching a break at the top of B. Rops even killing FaceCrack, peeking that window. And forZe, one by one, are getting torn apart.
I think it was it Carrigan's Molly just did 188 damage to top Banana. Killing one player and bringing one of them down to just 12 points of health. And I think it was because it was an interesting lineup that spread onto the top of the half wall. So I don't think Jerry even had any idea he was burning alive. Hiding in this smoke is Split. He's desperate for something, some edge to give forZe in this round, but he just won't get afforded anything. And now Rob's getting down into the pit. Split really does have to do all the work here over at short, and they've already gotten by, and the bomb site's crumbled. 3v4 in the retake, and I'm thinking at this point, forZe might just fall back into a save, try and play for the overtime here.
Oh, nothing worse than having to do this up against 14 rounds, but really, what other options do you have? Almeza is not going for this one. He's already 12 points of health on the wrong side of the map, and you know, I've got to give credit to mousesports here. This is not just like forZe making silly mistakes or anything. mousesports are playing some fantastic Counter-Strike right now. 15 locked in. One more is all they need, and they will be going to that 1-0 slot here in Berlin. forZe will, bare minimum, be allowed to save these weapons. mousesports will give them that satisfaction at least. That's really the only positive to take away right now. 6 rounds for forZe. They are going to need 9 in a row to stop this victory for mousesports to bring us to overtime, and even then, it will be under question. We've had a comeback from 15-6 today, but I don't know. I'm not holding out for this one, Harry. Oh.
Yeah, Chris J catching that nade over at Banana. There might be a follow-up from Almeza as well, so Carrigan's actually going to dodge that somehow. Gets away damage-free. FaceCrack deciding to, I was going to say bow out of the apartments, but no, he's kind of toying with the idea of going for this aggression now. He might come to regret that as Rops does lie in wait. Flash goes over the top. Carrigan peeking with it. Will get traded by Jerry. FaceCrack's going to deal with Rops over in the apartments, but this B play's come in the meantime, and it's torn the site in half. Everyone's deleted at this side of the map, and now the rotation's having to come through from forZe. That bomb has not even left T-ramp yet, so it's going to be a little while till it gets into the bomb site. And this has given time to forZe, but Woxic's fully flashed, and he's somehow still found that kill. He's looking for even more. Flash goes in. He's blind again, and I was going to say he cannot follow up for the second time. They finally shut him down. It's FaceCrack alone to try and keep the dream burning for forZe, to try and keep the dream alive. 1v2 required. Bomb down, out in the open, it's ticking away. He does have a kit to work with, but no utility to force these fights. But Chris J, his big feet have betrayed him. He spots it under the door, and now the 1v1. Frozen over in CT, a smoke down for the cross, and FaceCrack, no time here, tapping on that bomb, trying to bait the peek out from Frozen, and he's just not budging, now making his presence known, and mousesports take the win. 16-6, dominant as ever here, as they manage to close out Inferno in a pretty quick, pretty clean fashion. forZe, I don't feel like we really got to see what this team is made of just yet.
Yeah, honestly, mousesports just made forZe look bad, Harry. That's how it feels right there. I mean, even little things like Flick going for that peek there in, with the flashbang to Woxic, right? He checks the corner and then he looks away, not even convinced, then looks back. By that point, he's already dead. Just little mistakes from forZe, and you could definitely see the cracks were showing, and I can't blame them. mousesports really blew them out of the water there, and this is the mousesports that we came to see here, Harry and Berlin. They certainly are showing up to our expectations.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, you can see all that kind of prep is paying off because they're looking so like well drilled. You can just tell that everyone has such a good understanding of how they should be playing in a lot of these situations, and like everyone's.
The second is a lot better for them as Def brings it down to a 4.
Are about to burst out of apartments. They leap towards pit. No immediate contact. A warning shot from Obo will draw their attention that way as he looks to reposition alongside his teammate. It's Sick who is going to be the linchpin to success here. There's no eyes on balcony right now. He's going to make a song and dance about it though. Throwing that Molotov could seal his fate. Library. ShahZaM coming in from one side. Nice connection from Jane. Traded though. ShahZaM needs to hit this shot. It's a hard one on the kick it. He started this round. He does look like he's going to be able to do it. They close up on A. Avangar find their first.
Absolutely do. It's a nice one as well. 2 players surviving. I really thought that Sick and his flank towards the apartments there, he could have capitalized upon that so much. Obo was doing all the work. He was even firing grenades off, speculative shots through smoke. Everyone was looking in that direction. Your linchpin, like you said, Obo was up there. Sorry, Sick was up there, ready and waiting to strike. He threw the incendiary from the apartments, kind of gave up his position straight away, right? He could have just swung out there once the bomb was planted, maybe got a couple of kills, at least got the attention away from Arch, and then his teammates could have helped him out.
Right, it did look like, and correct me if I'm wrong, they were playing for the retake there.
Exactly.
The fact that Obo was on long, the fact that Sick was
in that sort of scenario, the bomb's down, you've got that great position, you've got to use it, what you've got at that stage, I think.
Ooh, talk about high octane pushing. It didn't quite convert. Buster body shots does take him down. Aggressive towards middle and already having to operate at a disadvantage. Sure, some damage done. It's going to be under him down to 58. Buster a little lower. Somewhat of a machine angle. I tend to opt for this one. It's very wide and very pokey. You can get shot in the backside as well, but that's why Obo does start to reposition.
Well, he's got so much intel there. He can see his teammates have actually rotated towards B. They have confirmed that no one's on the A side of the map. He'll hold that by himself, and ShahZaM be baited in. He's at the half wall. He's got a teammate sandbags as well. Def to try and take all the aggro away, and it's to be Kickout who had such a strong opening the last round to challenge first. Bombs heading towards middle, actually. They don't check the half wall at all. Free kill for ShahZaM, but there is a reply. Obo, he had to be stronger than that. That might be a save in itself, especially with that kill coming in. I don't think they have much to say about this now.
You could see they were throwing so, like, the jumping just on the spot in Banana, trying to draw out utility from the CTs. They were ShahZaM by that half wall. He could hear every single pin drop in Banana. Avangar just turn tail and run straight towards the A site. So a quick save, Sick and Def keeping hold of them and forZe.
Yeah, well, there it is. Great reads, nice positioning. compLexity came into this round with not much at all. They had the rifles, but they had bare bones utility. Got Obo in towards the bedroom position. He's watching towards second middle, essentially confirming no one's towards the A side of the map. They stack towards B. They started to come back though. Obo gets 1 kill there. Maybe they have enough time to justify a retake, but he got nothing. His teammate goes down towards B as well, even though ShahZaM was gifted a free kill. And Sanji can certainly justify his hits of the UMP. Might be in trouble. Looks like he's been spotted, but still, he'll get the shot. Doesn't have to recover that weapon. It's only the UMP, and they will keep 2 weapons up into the next round. So nice work there. Still, it will be the round for Avangar. They're going to tie things up at this point. 2 weapons saved. I would say a tactical timeout required at this point for compLexity. Discuss your options. Best of 1. We've seen some very interesting results. I'll say that much so far in the tournament. Anything can happen in this format. And do they invest much further? It doesn't look like it. 1 Zeus for Ricky, and that's about it. HE for Obo. 2 M4s. Do they stick together? You got Sick and Def. So look out for 1 and 5. They're actually both towards B. So they might be suggesting they'll just get the pistols to battle at the corner and sandbags like they are right now, suggesting it's a B stack, but only with the pistols there. Ricky to get a Zeus kill in the apartments. Actually, doesn't look too bad.
No,
this could work out.
It looks right. He's about to take a fight. Finds 1 and 2. James Flash was 2 down. And nice work from Buster to find the head, just keeping things nice and neat and tidy. That's what I wanted to see. The Zico plays for Ricky. already over. I say that if Sick gets this one, suddenly it's a 2v2. That M4, he saved it, and now can save it. Round 5 going from bad to worse for Avangar. Sick's in trouble though on the fountain, dancing, trying to dip away towards Nubox. Jame looking to save the day and has done so. Ricket is a mile away. He got that Zeus kill. He's got an unarmored Mac-10. It really was all on one man, and Sick could do no more.
Yeah, he already had 2 kills. They did what they could. We saw that one building up there. The E-Code players at the front line suggesting that's just them there. They go through and the rifle finds a couple, but now a 2 versus 1, like he said. Mac-10 with no armor, no kits. It's unlikely he gets much more than saving the AK and falling away. Especially now he's been spotted by the looks of things, but he does have more. Flush should run out, give him a chance to take him down, but as soon as it's 1 bullet to the chest, that aim punch is going to remove you from the equation, and it will be another round for Avangar. Remember, there's no force buy there from the North Americans. They just saved their weapons. They got 3 kills, wasn't too bad, and we'll see whether they've got a convincing buy going into the next round here. And it didn't save anyone at all, but did manage to damage Avangar slightly. I would say compLexity the favourites coming to this one, just because Avangar, they haven't looked great recently since the Dren's joined. It has been quite a turbulent season for them, I'd say, but they have done a 20-day bootcamp, Alex.
That's a long one.
Most teams can get pretty decent on a 20-day bootcamp, I would say, so let's see what we've got.
Or there is the alternative theory that sometimes you can play too much
Burn yourself
Counter-Strike.
out.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this again, bloody hell.
Yeah, you're right.
20 days of Counter-Strike, and now you've got to spend 2 weeks competing for $1 million. I mean, it's a lot of video game. But it is truly their livelihoods, and it's their passion looking to do damage. They picked up a major champion, by the way. That's, I mean, that's something. That's going to be a whole lot of experience that the likes of Sanji, Kickit, Buster have never experienced before. Jame too.
Yeah, they've certainly got a nice recipe. These are accomplished players. These are players we've heard of now. The last couple of years, they've proven themselves, but the last 6 months has been underwhelming. That's the only issue here, but it is, as you can see, bare bones with compLexity. They have an MP9 for Sick. They do have rifles, but only 1 kit. Now they've only got a couple of smokes remaining as well, as they've given away full banana control to Avangar. They really have a lot to work with here. They're going to send Buster in at the very top, just confirming that the sandbags and barrels are clear indeed, and now it looks like an execution towards B will be coming through. All 5 players on this side of the map. They've got the smokes required, the flashes as well. They could double pump this. They really wanted to. I think they might just send in a player with a smoke down towards Coffins, flash over, and to see whether they can find some quick, surprising kills here. They're right at the corner, so they will go through like that. Buster's going to go.
The SMG, close quarters, he could just find 1. Sick looking for a second with the MP9. Pound for pound, a strong SMG. Already they have the site, it's completely forgone. Def's playing somewhat of the waiting game as he catches another one. That was Kickit. Bomb loose. Looking like Sanji and Jame. What can you do? Jame has to be the hero. He's already made a heavy towards construction, but they're all coming through CT. Line up and collect. It's going to stay level 3 and 3 for compLexity and Avangar.
Well, there we go. The MP9s and the lack of utility works out there for compLexity. Oh, here we go. It's the odds. Why are we looking at 1.6 Inferno? What's happening?
My brain, I thought I was having like a seizure or something.
Yeah, brought to you by GG.bets. So you can see Avangar are the heavy favourites to this stage, and we're not playing 1.6 Inferno.
Thank goodness.
Just a fun little thing we've got going on there.
Just a tank meme. Come on now. Let's see what Shazam's up to. Still no AWPs. I haven't seen a single Zoom banger. Round 7 of Inferno. Best of ones. It's all Swiss. If you have just joined us and are yet to get your head around the format, they'll be playing all those best of ones until we have some champions into the best of 3s. Smoke does just tickle Adrent. B really has been the focus for both of the games we've casted on Inferno. It's been the site most popular on the T side.
It's Avangar going for it again, but this time Def. Yeah, it's a little bit more heavier arsenal. He's got the AK-47, means he can keep up with the duels and the one-taps. Buster seems to be the point man for them. He's always at the front, ready to go in at the corner. Def, great position though. He might find himself in a bit of trouble here. Smoke down. Very strong smoke in response.
They look like they do, Def. He's only going to get 1. Sick has to he does have the support of Shazam. On his way in. Sick Def really want to survive. Adrian does find him. Now they have the site. 3 versus 3. Shazam, he's first on. He will be smoked out. Does he choose to be ballsy? Adrian does choose to re-smoke that, so locked out for another 15. The kit is present. Trying to suppress. Through that smoke, he knows it's a nice likelihood. That's a perfect flash to force him back, but so brave to try to pull away. Re-smoke, they're using these nades perfectly.
Yeah, that might be it in itself. That's such a strong smoke. They've got to go back. Very quickly, ShahZaM taking care of that.
Wow.
Nice work. And Sandy doesn't see that the full defuse will start to come in now, and it looks like they've actually fended them off. Is the defuse in? It looks like we're absolutely fine, ladies and gentlemen. compLexity somehow bring that round back. You are absolutely spot on. The Avangar had that round tied up. The utility was down. It was looking great. The CTs are funneled towards ruins, but ShahZaM, he said you haven't seen an all from him, and that's why. He is very versatile. He's a great all-rounder. He doesn't just need the AWP to perform. He can do it with rifles as well. 2 big kills. That second one towards well, especially. The fact he gets the headshot on that spray, very difficult shot, lands it, and at that point, Sanji with the CZ towards Banana, no chance at all. Let's have a look at the replay on this POV. You see the 180 swing around there, and still, Adren had no idea what happened to him. That's really quite magical from ShahZaM.
Great replays and stuff from StarLadder and all of that stuff. But just the creep to kick it. And we'll see what he's going to be up to. Nades to rain in. Another one. My goodness, he's actually lucky to be still breathing with 80 HP. So many thrown towards him, and now he's looking to have the element of surprise, and it's all gone. Squandered. There is a Krieg in play.
There is one.
But what else is in the arsenal? Very little is the answer to that question. compLexity, I'm sure, will find that answer shortly. Still some Kevlar. James invested himself into a somewhat of a vest.
Kevlar vest.
Yeah, I was sitting there like, it's not just a stringer. He's not off to the gym.
So kick out with the Krieg here. You can see they try to boost up, but that hasn't really worked out. Incendiaries will be problematic as well. There's a lot of sound cues coming out from that Buster. You're in trouble, my friend. He sits in the corner. He's got flashbangs and grenades all around him. He still has a decent amount of HP, all things considered, as he still makes to his way through, looking for the 1D opportunities. Everyone's going through now. Bomb down. Of course, as his teammate Def will just rain down just that from above. Is in a prime position there, no problem at all. Just Jay remaining, and down he goes. It's compLexity 5, Avangar 3, and their money's still not in a great position. He's Sanji with just 2,400 there, as they'll struggle into this next round. He's 2-8 at this stage. There's Obo, the boy wonder. Yet to see him really light things up.
Yeah, it makes sense to call the timeout, right? Get your head in order. James, $50 short of the AWP as well.
Yeah, we haven't seen many AWPs at all. It's been a back and forth game, to be fair. There's compLexity now really getting on their feet, looking like the more dominant team, I would say, overall. I haven't seen that much to suggest that Avangar have got a crazy deep playbook on this map, but it's very early days. They've been focusing toward that B side of the map. They've been granted access time and time again, so it makes sense they keep going in.
But a microcosm of the game so far, I think, is the pistol. You know, Avangar having all of that, Def smoke, like it's utility that did save compLexity, and it has been time after time. We've seen Avangar, they're put into awkward positions, one, by ShahZaM and his heroics, but also by the utility usage of the CTs. It is going to be all the AKs and Sanji's sacrifice. He's going pure utility.
Yeah, P250, smoke, Molotov, and flashes. It's fine. One player on the pistol, and you have it with grenades. It means you're going for a set piece. Essentially, you'll be having objectives in mind towards the end of this round. Double A cheese. Doesn't do too much. Kickout does get a taste of it though, down to 79. And Buster, once again, ready to fight towards B, as he'll be waiting for the aggression at the very start. CTs haven't been forcing the issue on this side of the map too much. They have been getting control, but they haven't been pushing right down the T steps so much. As now they might be changing that, as they've gone for late incendiaries. And now you can hear the extinguished flames at the bottom there suggest the T's are falling back.
Choose to push on it. This is a big call from compLexity. They're going aggressive. Lights up, face to the smoke. Spray in, jump through. 6 behind enemy lines. He's going to lie in wait here. It does lose Def in the process, but they are paranoid, and that's smart from Buster. They passed through the smoke. There was flashes and everything, but still Buster cognizant that there was 2 CTs, and he could only find 1.
Yeah, that was really cool. I thought there was a chance for a couple of CT kills there. Snuck through. There was a moment where it looked like he maybe had 3 kills on the cards, but a 5-on-3 in favor of Avangar, and Obo knows he needs information here. ShahZaM, just about, not the cleanest of kills, but they all count. 5-on-2. Ricky, he's currently sat on 1 and 4. I don't think he'll be getting multiple frags. There's no smoke down towards spawn. There is a chance. Lovely work. Low HP as well. Doesn't connect. That looked like it was his. If he gets that kill, he probably pushes them back towards Banana.
Look how quick Obo is, though, on the tail. Like, James, he's going to turn around at 180, responsible for Banana just in the nick of time. And now Obo, yeah, I think he's going to try and get out of dodge. He realizes he's kind of in the hurt locker now. Can't go one way or the other. James will seal his fate. 5-4.
Well, there we have it. Money should be... it's actually okay. ShahZaM has 8k, so he'll certainly buy an AWP now. Like, 100%. He'll get the AWP out. His teammates will do what they can because he's sick with $1,400. We'll see. Sick. Not happy with the performance there. It looked like Ricky actually had a chance to close that one out. Even
With the
in
low
that-
HP,
Yeah, if he
Ricky.
takes some kick out. They didn't have another smoke. There's a chance they fall back towards B and run into the warm embrace of Obo there at the bottom. There was a real case to be made, but either way, there's the AWP for Shazam. Fantastic CT Inferno player. Watch out for his aggression. He's going to need it this round considering the buy they have. You can see a lack of